We had 2 double leg amputees, 2 single above knee amputees, including myself, and then another warrior that had some severe muscle damage. My name is Kirk Bauer. I'm Executive Director of Disabled Sports USA and a program of Disabled Sports USA called Warfighter Sports, which provides sports rehabilitation for the severely wounded coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan.
Adjusting the
I got hit in Vietnam by a grenade during what we call a firefight, during a battle, and lost my leg above the knee. And I spent many months recovering in a military hospital, and it was this organization, Disabled Sports USA, which got me involved in sports.
This is the scene at 13,000 feet. We dug into the side of the hillside. And
so one of the toughest mountains, that's considered to be one of the toughest mountains in the world to climb because of the snow, extreme weather conditions, is Mount McKinley, a 20,000-foot mountain, the tallest in North America. And we decided we were going to take a chance and see if we can make it to the top with these warriors. And both personal goals, but also to inspire other warriors. Let them know you can be active. It doesn't matter what your disability. We move slower. You know, when you've got 2 amputations and you're trying to climb in 2-foot deep snow, or you're trying to climb on ice, you just don't move that fast. And of course, I'm 64 years old now, so I don't move that fast just because I'm old, you know. Well, some of the conditions that we had to encounter in Denali are really some of the most challenging, quite frankly, the most dangerous and the most extreme any place in the world. Some hikers, some experienced hikers, climbers, consider this actually a tougher mountain for a variety of reasons than climbing Everest. One of those is the extreme temperatures. The extreme winds, the winds 60 and 70 miles an hour. Sometimes it snowed one day, it snowed 2 feet in 2 hours. Well, you know, we witnessed 6 avalanches, 1 rock avalanche not too far from us, which, you know, huge rocks come barreling down the mountain because one of the rock formations broke off. The mountain is alive.
The second team of search personnel that has been dropped off by the helicopter.
We witnessed the aftermath of an avalanche that killed 4 Japanese climbers. We came up on the avalanche when the rescue team was coming in a helicopter with their dogs to try to find the team. They never did find the team, tragically, but 4 Japanese climbers lost their lives in that avalanche that happened just the day before we got there.
They're known mountain-wide for their gourmet here, all across the mountain here, Denali. Yeah. This is the kitchen. You dig a big old hole. It's beautiful. Tough. Beautiful. Camp.
We got to 15,500 on a 20,000-foot mountain, but the wind at 60 and 70 miles an hour and the deep snow prevented us from getting to the top. And it was terribly disappointing for the entire team. That was the first project, I have to say, in all my years working for Disabled Sports USA, where I hadn't achieved the goal that we had set out, and I cried. I was so upset with that. But in the big picture, you know, when we got back to the 14,000 camp and had a chance to talk, we all agreed, you know, this was a terrible setback, but we really did feel like the climb had been a success, because the bigger picture, what we were trying to achieve with this climb, was to motivate the wounded warriors that are coming back from Afghanistan now with some very, very severe injuries. We wanted to inspire them and let them know that they could be active again, and nothing could be more, I think, take a picture of what can happen with, you know, how active we can be with, you know, a bunch of amputees climbing the tallest mountain in North America. So in that respect, we really felt that we had achieved success in the big picture. Part of what we preach, if you will, is that, you know, you're going to have setbacks when you're going through rehab. You're going to have disappointments. It's going to get, you know, sometimes be very depressing. But what you've got to realize is that you've got to take one step at a time in rehab to get back to being active again and being, you know, living your dreams. And this is what we had to accept. We had to accept this defeat, knowing that we're going to be successful in other things. And I think that was the final feeling that we had. I know that's the one I had, is that we had a success, It just, we didn't make it to the top.
Yeah.